Hi guys, I'm with Arkansas Dream Show. Thank you so much for watching. Today I'm in Pine Bluff, Arkansas with Matt Mosler.
Hey!
Hi. Where we are, Mr. Mosler. This is amazing.
Well, Marina, number one, good to see you. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
But this is the old Taylor Field. It's not the old Taylor Field. It is Taylor Field. And what we're doing out here, this is the famous landmark. This thing's been around a long time, 75 years or better. And
What?
they used to play minor league baseball out here. A lot of the big legendary ball players were out here. Torrey Hunter, who was, a great ball player, he played out here. But so what we're doing right now is we're doing a baseball camp. This is our second annual baseball camp. And we're getting kids from inside the city of Pine Bluff to come out and play baseball. If you haven't noticed, you walk around Pine Bluff and there's lots of old empty baseball fields, and the grass is up to your armpits. It's just because Pine Bluff used to be the capital of baseball in Arkansas.
Okay, what happened?
And just because of the economic downturn and the dissolution of the family and the lack of hope, a lot of other things, recreational sports like baseball and football and basketball and soccer, they just don't do that anymore here. And so what we're trying to do is bring baseball back, because baseball is about community, and community is our secret weapon.
Yes.
In order to make, you can bring all sorts of jobs and all sorts of things into Pine Bluff, but unless you have the community coming together, unless you have dads coaching and moms in the snack bar and families up in the stands, you don't have a community. And community is our secret weapon against everything the enemy throws at us.
Yeah, and so you're basically growing new legends up there.
That's right. That's a great way to put it. Because these kids right here, there's amazing athletes out there, like diamonds in the rough. Some of these kids are so raw but so talented.
Wow.
And if they just get a chance, so next year what we're going to do, this is our second annual camp, so next year we're planning to start a baseball league in Pine Bluff.
Wow.
And so we're going to need help from from lots of churches and sponsors, but we need dads coaching, we need sponsors for equipment and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's impressive. And look, so you have people who actually know how to play baseball.
We got lots of coaches. We've
Okay.
got coaches from the local schools out here teaching these kids how to do it, and we got kids all the way from 8 years old all the way up through 12.
That is so cute.
So,
That is so cute to watch. I love it. Well, tell us more about this new amazing project that you guys started. It's called
Home Again, Pine Bluff.
Yes, tell us more.
Yeah, the whole idea behind that, and I'm keeping an eye on these sluggers up there to make sure we don't get hit by baseball, because I don't want you getting hit while we're on TV.
Okay.
The two big problems in Pine Bluff as we see it are the dissolution of the family and the lack of hope. The family has been purposefully attacked in communities like Pine Bluff, because if you control the family, then you control the culture. And so we want that. I don't want to get too far into the weeds here, but the point is that the family's been attacked, and as a result, there's just not a lot of hope for a lot of people in Pine Bluff. So what we want to do, as my friend Dr. Fitzhill says, we want to bring the neighbor back to the hood, right? We want to get people back into their communities. So what we're doing is we're taking these old dilapidated homes, and at one time, Pine Bluff had 70-some-odd thousand people living in it. Now we're down to 41, 42. And so there's a lot of abandoned homes out here. But we can take these homes, strip them down to the studs, and then rebuild them. And then what we will do is we will rent them to families in the culture who are trying to move out of poverty into self-sufficiency. So if we're trying to make the effort to get off of government support and into self-sufficiency where there's no limit to what you can become, but you need a little help doing that. So we're going to put you in the house. We're going to charge you, a minor rent, say $450, $500 a month.
Okay.
But of that $450 or $500, $50 of that goes into your savings account.
What?
So it's your savings account.
Okay.
And then we will add incentives to that. So if your kids get perfect attendance, if they make the honor roll, if you volunteer in the community, if you take a leadership role in something, we add money to that savings account.
Wow.
So what happens after 3 to 5 years? Not only are we going to sell that house to you for $25,000 or half of its appraised value, which means you can go from poverty to having $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in equity in a home, but now you also have a savings account.
Okay, and tell me more about the classes. You mentioned some kind of classes.
Well, you're going to have to do some things to stay in the house. So we're not just giving people homes. We got to change a mindset in Pine Bluff from one of scarcity to one of abundance, from one of renting to one of owning. So we need to take parenting classes. We need to take financial education classes. We need to take spiritual education classes. We need to change the way that you think from, like I said, a scarcity dependency mindset to one of abundance
and independence.
And independence, right?
Yeah.
Where there's no limit to what you can accomplish. And so that's the education side of it.
Preach that, pastor. Okay, you guys, just so you don't mind me saying that, Matt Mosler is a pastor too. Preach that, pastor. Yes.
So then we'll get you in that house. But we don't just fix one house in the street. What we're doing is we're getting 3 or 4 or 5, 6 houses on the same street. So what we do is we surround you with community.
Okay.
So it's not just, so now you have a bunch of people around you who are all going to church, who are all taking care of their houses, who are all, employed, who are all raising their kids, making sure their kids are doing their homework, all that kind of stuff. You've just changed the culture.
Yes.
So now you got a culture of people who own their houses, who own their neighborhoods, who own their communities. And then once that street is done, then you move it to another street. And
so which street are you talking now?
Right now, our first street is East 8th Avenue.
Okay.
Right before 8th Avenue hits Wisconsin, that's the street we're on right now. So we'll do like 4, 5, 6 houses there, and then we'll move to another street and do those. And we encourage anybody in Pine Bluff to do the same sort of thing. But I want to stress, it's not just about putting people in a nice house.
Okay.
It's about changing the way we think.
Okay.
Because again, this community's been targeted for control. And if I can, I'll give you an example. 200 years ago, the power structure made people work and didn't give them money. Well, now we're giving them money not to work. It's still slavery, we just repackaged it. So you still have to come to the power structure for your food, your housing, and your clothing. And it behooves the power structure to keep you in need, because I need to stay in power. So I don't want you to succeed. So what we want to do is get you out of that system that is designed to bring you to the bottom and add incentives. So if you want to grow out of the situation that you're in, say if you're on a government support and you want to make extra money for Christmas, and so you take this part-time job, well, the government says you got to get rid of that part-time job or we're taking away your benefits. So you have to give up the part-time job. It's just a race to the bottom. So what we want to do is build in incentives so that you can climb your way out. We want you to get out of that system and have a limitless opportunity for you and your kids.
It's amazing how you just made this your job. Like it's a calling, and it just blows my mind how you just literally took your life and you're using your life and your resources, your knowledge, your experience to change so many people's lives. And that's one of the many reasons I look up to you. You're like a person who I want to be when I grow up. It is so amazing, so impressive.
I would encourage you to keep your expectations low, and everybody will do just fine. I mean, I'm just a knucklehead. But here's what I would say are some of the most crippling words that people in this community could say.
Okay.
You know what somebody should do?
What?
You know what I wish I could do?
What?
You know what I wish we had time to do? You know what I wish I had money
yes.
to do? You know, somebody needs to do something. Somebody,
yes.
do it.
Yes.
All right, don't just talk about I wish somebody would do it. I mean, I'm scared to death that this program's not going to work. But you know what? We're going to give it a shot.
Yeah.
And we're going to try to do something. These are some beautiful kids out here that need to have family and community and culture back. So let's start a baseball league. I'm scared to death it may not work, but let's give it a shot. So instead of saying, boy, I wish somebody would do something, or you know what I'd like to do, or if I won the lottery I would do, go ahead and take a shot. And because God's given everybody gifts and talents and abilities, let's make the most of it.
It's so amazing. Oh my gosh, I could listen to you for hours. Now, can you please tell us how can the community help this project?
The biggest thing we need, we're paying all of our professionals to do the work because we want good work. We're not just relying upon volunteers to come in there and you think you know how to put up sheetrock, and you do a terrible job. So we're paying the pros. What we really need are donations to help us buy the supplies or get suppliers to donate their supply. That would help us out a great deal. So like if we want to put up if we can have people help us with the cost of the sheetrock, help us with the cost of the shingles, help us with the cost of the wood.
Yes.
Those are the things, but we are totally donor supported. So we're and
thank you to all the donors and
absolutely.
volunteers. This is incredible.
Yeah, but if we could get some help on that end, that's the best thing. And then we need lots of volunteers, especially on demo day. because we're tearing down some
listen,
really
so-
awful houses, and it's going to take a lot of people to tear these things down.
This is how you can make money. I saw in California that they have an actual place where you can come and hit stuff. And it's called for stress reliever, and they actually charge tickets for that. So
Well,
on your demo days,
Maybe we need to charge tickets for demo day.
I have a lot of stress. I'm gonna come on a demo
Yes.
day just so I could
Have
let
Sledgehammer
it-
will travel. Yeah,
let
I
it
love
all out. Because it's a very good exercise, believe
Yeah.
it or not. Go around and hit stuff. It's just over the
Yeah.
frustration out. So we should make that public and have fun. If you want to get rid of stress, come
You're
for
a
demo
money-making machine, girl.
Yes, I believe it or not, it's such thing exists. There are actual places where you can pay money to go hit
That's
stuff.
funny.
Yes, look it up in California. I saw on the TV show, forgot what show, but that was funny. Wow, well, this is so impressive. I really want to talk to you about it because I saw you on the news, and I'm just so impressed with it. And I want to thank you so much for dedicating your life to make a change like this. The kids, the adults, the families, the communities, and the church, and you're amazing. And it's just thank you so much for everything that you do.
Thank you very much. It's not me. It's just if people make themselves available for God to do what God does. God told me not too long ago. He said that I really don't need you. I don't need you. I can do this without you. This is God saying, stop taking all this pressure on yourself, thinking you've got to do all this. God said, let me do it through you. I don't need you to. It'd be like these baseball players, right? Somebody goes out there and makes a great play at shortstop. You don't see the glove stand up and say, "Did you see the great play I made?" It's just a glove.
Yeah.
But when the master's hand is in the glove,
Yeah.
that's when it becomes magical. So anybody has this ability if you just make yourself available to be
Available.
used by the master.
So you guys, please make yourself available to be used by the master and by our community. We need your help. Please support. Please.
HomeAgainPineBluff.org is the website, but let's just see this girl hit.
Okay.
See this girl hit. HomeAgainPineBluff.org is where you need to go, and it's our website, and it's a good one.
Is it home show?
She's a good little ball player, though. Got a lot of good ball players out here.
Well, and thank you for the camp. This is amazing, and I wish you guys best of luck as you grow.
Well, thank you.
And make it known, and basically grow new legends. See right there, it says Tory Hunter. Well, right here you can see so many more upcoming Tory Hunters up there.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, and we wish you best of luck.
Well, thank you, Marina. Great to have you out here.
All right, thank you. Bye, guys.